Woo!
I
It is
mean,
a little bit.
that's Twitch 101 though.
Twitch
Yeah, that's how it
101.
goes.
Just pretend somebody's on the other side and be like, all right.
To be fair, for like 90% of content creators on Twitch, that's the objective truth. It's just like, you're streaming to nobody. Like, there's nobody watching. Yeah. Except for maybe your mom or your auntie or your cousin or your brother.
Your one audience member is your phone.
Yeah. Is yourself making sure your stream sounds correct.
Yeah.
Or a bot.
Gotta get those viewership numbers.
Oh man, no, it's like I remember my early days
true.
of Twitch streaming, right? And it's like Twitch does have like bots that monitor chat and stuff like that, and you'd be like, "Oh, I've got a viewer." And it's like, "Oh no, that's a Twitch bot." You're like, "Fuck."
Right.
What's
felt
going
so
on,
cool.
everybody? For a whole minute,
Left a second.
I thought I was growing my audience. Nope. You're just streaming to nobody, baby. Streaming to nobody. Mikey Mike, Bodie,
already?
Jasper. Oh my God, we're so popular around here.
We are.
Oh my God.
We are drinking some of the Lusty Claw.
The Lusty Claw, yeah, that is almost the most American bottle you could possibly have, really, isn't it? It just needs some guns on the
Rusty
side,
Claw.
and something that says something about freedom. Rusty Claw sounds like a sex act. I'll be honest. Is that where you
Probably is,
you
which
stick a
worries
finger up
me.
the wrong and trying to find the
A
prostate?
finger
What do you mean by
long
wrong
fingernail?
There is no wrong end, scribe.
Have you tried that with a fingernail that hasn't been clipped in like 4 to 5 years?
Oh God.
Call that the Rusty
Years?
Claw. Yeah, years. I want a little pigtail on that fingernail. I'm just saying.
Oh my God. So that kind
would
of
be
sets the
almost-
tone for Tribe Talks today, guys. Today's PSA comes from the Rusty Claw.
Yeah.
Sex acts you do not want to engage in.
Grr.
Ooh, like the angry pirate. Now that Wolfie brought that up.
Oh God. On this Galaxy of Heroes podcast, today we're talking about different sex acts and funny names.
Hey, well, no, we're going to talk about sex acts and funny names involving pirates.
Oh,
Because
I mean,
that is the next era of Star Wars Galaxy.
And
Heroes.
you know what
It's
sounds
related,
really-
okay? It's
you know what sounds
related.
really funny is
Me and
is
Alabama.
is the Rusty Claw does sound like it could be a ship in Galaxy of Heroes.
Well, you have the Raven's Claw.
It does.
Exactly.
Got
Or the
Raven's
Moldy
Claw.
Crow.
Oh,
The moldy crow sounds like that could be a sex act. Like honestly,
No, we-
oh my God, can we do
yeah.
the
I don't
moldy
wanna
crow?
think about that. I just-
Feathers and fuzz. I don't know where I'd go with that.
That does not sound enjoyable. I think I'd
Sounds
probably
like a
know
furry
that just on
act.
principle.
I'm gonna go with a furry act. So someone's gonna be wearing a
If the
suit.
term moldy is involved, I don't think I want to know about it. I don't
mean-
think that's I'm gonna pass out. All right, call me a prude, whatever. Fine, sure, that's fine. I will take it.
I
But,
feel like it's like oh God, do I really want to say this? It's like a cream pie that you just don't wash off and then you come back the next day.
Yeah, exactly. I want nothing to do with this.
Day-old cream pie.
Just
There you
note
go.
the fuck out. Just
And I'm out.
why?
Oh, dude.
Throw it on the plate. Sounds like my STI. Exactly.
Dude, no, dude. Honest to
100%.
God, I'm just having flashbacks of things I read on Reddit, and I'm like, I'm not gonna. Talk
I'm
about
so
it, but,
glad you
like,
said read on Reddit.
Oh.
I'm just having flashbacks. Oh, college was a wild
Well, you
time.
come across some stories on there where you're like, God, I hope somebody's lying for attention, because if this is true, like, I am disgusted for the individual and all parties involved that,
Yes.
that this is a thing.
My life will never be the same again.
No,
after knowing this information.
Sometimes I look at it and go, it's like, is society that far off the rails where this is a thing that somebody's willing to do to somebody else?
Yes.
The answer is yes, but it's like, I was happy living not knowing
Have
that.
you paid no attention to the Diddy trial? All right.
I mean, no, I haven't. All I know is there's baby oil, and anytime
was gonna
there is
say-
oil anywhere on my job site, I just keep asking the guys, "Are you just leaving something
See-
out for Diddy, or are we gonna clean that up?" Like,
At first, I genuinely thought that P. Diddy might have been single-handedly propping up the baby oil industry, But then I thought, secondly, he probably got it all for free anyway, so maybe he's more of an instigator. Is Johnson's Baby Oil going through a bit of a financial crisis at the moment? Did they give too many free bottles away to P. Diddy? Or I don't know. These are the questions that really need answers.
That's a very good question.
Because I'm sure if P. Diddy said, hey, I need about 1,000 bottles of baby oil, hit a brother up, they'd be lining up. They'd be lining up to give P. Diddy some free baby. Well, I mean, not anymore. They wouldn't, obviously. But,
Probably
like
not.
before
it's
this
one of those
came
things where you don't
Some
ask the
people might.
questions.
You never know.
Don't ask the questions. You just keep. It's like a subscription that he got on a free trial, and they just quit, caring if they send him out 50 gallons of baby oil every month. They're like, "What's he doing with it? We don't know, but he's still accepting it. So let it ride."
Yeah.
We're not gonna be involved.
Better not to ask questions. It's like, what? Whatever he's doing with it, that's on him.
Yep.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it probably was. It probably was on him. Yeah, at some point. Yeah.
To coat an entire 10 by 10 room in enough baby oil to not be able to stand properly it's gonna take a couple of bottles. So
Do you think he's got some sort of contraption that sprays it? So you just puts it into a
super
gun
soakers.
and just. But I mean more like a fireman's hose that just.
I figured you just had a kiddie pool. You would just dip in the kiddie pool and then you're good to go.
Terminology there, Wolfie. The kiddies were already in the pool. That's what makes it a kiddie pool, okay? God damn, and that is Tribe Talks, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. This is a Galaxy of Heroes podcast, allegedly, where we talk about all things from Moldy Crows to P. Diddy. And maybe some Galaxy of Heroes as well. How the fuck are we all doing today?
At some point.
Yeah. Yeah, well, maybe.
Get around to it.
We'll see. We might get around to it. Yeah. Just maybe that trial will.
Has anything even happened? I don't even know.
Yeah.
What do you got what? Things have happened?
Yeah.
You're lying.
The most that's happened with that trial so far is witnesses and other people
I meant with
noping out.
Swiggo, God damn it.
Oh.
That's why I laughed. I was like, well, if he's talking about Swigger things, and God's like, yeah, I mean, there's some witnesses. And I'm saying,
Listen. Last I heard, it was Diddy and the oil, so I was stuck with the oil, and that's as far as we got. In Swogger related news, there is supposed to be stuff coming, but it's not like it's
on
new
Tuesday
news
we're getting
per
Mace.
se.
So
Yeah, which is honestly, it's gonna be a quiet end to a chapter. I don't think it's gonna be anything super exciting.
well, did you see Fatal fucking beating Slacker Ray? It was a cleanup, granted, with Keller and Beck, Jocasta and
with the bugged
capture. The capture going on Ray at the start. That was kind of cool, man. His Keller and Beck hit fucking hard, bro. He did a mass assist. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't Keller Beck. It was Jocasta, wasn't it?
Jocasta, yeah.
Yeah, Jocasta was hitting for 200k. It was like, all right.
Yeah, it was pretty nutty. She likes having that ramp going on there with with all those stats.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun time. Yeah. So I was like, well, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I'm still not going to use it, but not like that anyway.
No, it's gonna do exactly what everyone's gonna do with it the second it drops. Just in 5 it's gonna be and that just goes on defense. It's your problem to figure out, and then that's it. We'll see what it does for a week, and then people will probably pull it to offense because again, it just looks like CG cannot put out a defensive team that is viable.
Well, everything
fair,
needs to be beaten,
but annoying.
right?
Yeah, but I'd like there to be less options.
Yeah, okay, I agreed with that. Yeah.
You just get to the point now where it's like Slacker was this menace for one round of GAC, and now people are like, yeah, but now that we all have the new Datacrons, it's not a menace anymore. We just take it out with a Datacron, and then yay!
Yeah, I'm sure there's loads of people sub Kyber 1 that don't have all the Datacrons available.
Well, that's
so
their
they're still going. Stop being poor, damn it!
No. If you did not rush the raid Datacron,
things.
then that's a you problem. If you have Slacker and Ray and you didn't go right after that cron within the first week of
what if you
being available,
you did do that, but you couldn't also afford to get the Hermit Yodacron, so you don't have to counter to the Slacker cron?
You use Slacker to mirror, and then you mod accordingly. Like
You use the slacker to destroy the slacker?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just mirror it. It's
I
not
went.
that
I went for the
complicated.
Hermit Yoda cron, and I didn't have the Slacker cron for the first week of a GAC. But I still ended up taking Slacker in versus a Slacker with the whole Raycron and all that bullshit.
Nice.
And I sat there for probably 2 minutes before I was able to actually kill anybody because they just kept on removing all the Terminator fucking
God.
possible from Hux.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah,
like,
but
and
they-
roof Terminator, and roof Terminator, and roof Terminator, and roof. I'm just sitting there like, okay, maybe I'll kill somebody eventually. Like, come on, guys, we gotta go. What's going on here?
It's a fun time.
Ended up getting down to just a solo slacker. Had to clean up, but
I'd call that a
still.
victory, to be honest. Like
Yes.
that's a
Yes.
solid victory, because
It was
that slacker
terrifying.
team is an absolute menace. And as I was saying in the chat, they keep on doing this with the bonus turn datacrons. They say the bonus turn datacron can't trigger another bonus turn datacron, and it does every time. It always does.
Dude, they need to just take the fucking line out because
You-
seriously,
you
they
can't
keep
code
on
it, CG.
saying It doesn't. Just seriously, do one of those things where they fix the text of an ability to match how it actually works. Because you keep fucking it up, and it never works that way.
It's
and you
not a
just
bug,
keep
it's
on
a
lying
feature,
to us.
okay?
It's just at this point they're just lying to our faces. Like, stop saying it's not going to work that way. We know it's going to fucking happen. Just stop. You are lying.
It happened.
is
It happened with the thingy cron before the Dengar cron, right? Happened with the Dengar cron. Happened with the Ahsoka Fulcrum one.
Dengar, the Ahsoka,
Yeah.
everything.
They all
how
just
many
triggered each
fucking
other.
Times do they all have this line in there where it says, "Nope, this will not trigger this ability on other," and every fucking time?
Yeah.
Please, either
And-
fix the bug or stop putting the line in.
I assumed it was
teasing
like
us.
it would only do
Swear.
it for like the same datacron, like the Fulcrum one won't trigger other Fulcrums, but it might trigger, say, Dengar's version, right? But it's just not the case. It just fucking
It's just
if
fully does not function.
we're like if it's who is that? What's that line supposed to do exactly? What's it supposed to do? It's like it just fucking allows it regardless. Which
It's lying to us. That's
I genuinely don't care though. Like I don't care if that's how it interacts. Just don't put the line in. You're wasting space and brain power.
Please,
Well,
just be straight up. Just be like, all right, guys, we can't fix it. Just this is how it works now. All right, this is your life, and just
Yeah.
accept it. We'll move
bonus
on.
turns are the
Okay.
way. Bonus turns are the way.
Thank you for being honest. We'll move on. We'll be all right. But nope, they just keep putting the line in and just never having it actually work as.
Hey,
fucking
listen,
which-
we've all lived our life with some form of lie. Why not add this one to the list?
What's one more little white lie?
It's just it's just why.
So the thing is, all right. The thing is, though, we know it doesn't work the way they want it to, but we know how it works. So at that junction, we just go, okay, well, this is a lie, but we know how to interact with it, so that we just ignore it, and
Yeah.
we're happier.
It's kind of like like Roadrunner. When he like paints the tunnel on the cliff face, and you're like, that's a tunnel there. I could run through it. You smack into the tunnel wall, and you're like, fuck, that hurts. You don't keep running at the wall afterwards. You know it's supposed to be a tunnel, right? It's supposed to be a tunnel.
But Roadrunner runs right through it then.
Yeah, but
until
Roadrunner- Roadrunner is a dev, okay? He can do it fine.
Yeah,
they can't
yeah.
replicate these bugs in their own environment.
Yeah. This fun
okay.
fact: when you're the one playing God, the rules still don't apply to you.
Exactly. So yeah, it's that those are the rules.
I didn't
Those
like
are the
this
rules.
outcome, so yeah,
meep.
I changed it. I changed for myself.
Exactly. I mean, speaking of weird and buggy interactions, I had some fun on Friday night facing off against Karth's older brother, apparently. If Karth has an older brother, because this guy was
do.
a fucking monster.
I have multiples.
And does he also wail on Galaxy of Heroes? Because this guy had nearly 16 million GP in every single Datacron in the
Oh,
game.
you just mean it was another whale, so you assumed it was okay.
Yeah. I mean, all whales must be related, I think.
Oh, naturally.
I'm pretty sure
there's-
wealth in general is just generational, right?
I mean, sort of, but yeah, I hear you.
But anyway, I was facing off against this guy's Saw team, and I had the weirdest interaction. I was like, it's a Saw team. It's a Saw Luthen C-Rex team with the horrible Datacron setup. The level 6 that does the percentile health damage. So he throws his explosives down and everybody basically dies. So I was with Dad Bob Boba and Fennec, and obviously they start the match and I cry a little bit because of all the damage that comes in. And we cry. So they immediately double kill Fennec. I was like, okay, great. That's spiffing. But then Dadbod Boba does what Dadbod Boba does, and he just starts counterattacking, living forever, and chewing people apart. So he punches, obviously, the summon dude, kills the summon dude, sword takes a bonus turn, summon dude comes back, I counter, I kill the summon dude, sword takes a bonus turn. It goes on like this for a little bit, right? And then Kyle Katarn, that sneaky little motherfucker, decides to throw his lightsaber at my Dadbod Boba, one-taps Dadbod Boba, and the game, despite me having Bounty Hunter's Resolve, just goes, defeat. He's like, no, you don't get a revive. I was like, what? No, wait, I have Bounty Hunter's Resolve, you bitch. But it was just like, Dadbod Boba stood upright, still alive, and he just goes, defeat. I was like, that's not how it works, damn it. I was like, come on, man, you can't do that. No, I die and revive, that's the rule. But no, I didn't get to. And then I had to go in with Bo-Katan Mandalore, and the team basically killed the entire team before I did anything. But then Bo-Katan Mandalore soloed the Saw Luthen team with IG-12 and Grogu still standing with no health. He was dead, but he was just standing upright. He was just like, yeah, I'm okay. Just not doing anything. So it was weird fucking interaction with that Datacron.
I know you said the word
Aoi is saying in
bugs.
chat. Apparently Aoi is saying in chat that Dadbod Boba had fear and they kill you can't get revive. It's a bug.
If your Dadbod Boba had fear, he didn't. He got hit by Kyle Katarn whilst he was just normal. He was fine. He was not feared at the time. At least I don't think he was. I'll have to go back and check, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't feared. He was just waiting for his turn. And I'm pretty sure the only reason
that gives you fear, right?
The Luthen, I think, right?
Luthen basic on his turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But did he get fear on him and then... No, I don't think so, Howie. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Dadbod Boba was absolutely fine.
I do not recall.
I 100% want to believe you.
I want to believe you, but I've been lied to in the past. I can check it real quick.
Somebody was drunk that night.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Yeah, I was. I was actually really drunk. Yeah. I mean, it was a Friday night stream, man.
You started a little slow, but things got wild very quickly.
They heated up a little bit, all right? Sometimes this happens. I can't read this.
I just know that I was there at the beginning of things, and it was like 45 minutes in, you had like 3 shots, and then I came back like 45 minutes later, and your shot counter was like 50.
There were a couple of shots that were had. There were a couple. Okay, so let's go back. We'll just see. The problem I find with trying to scrub through a long YouTube video is it's really hard to get to the point of the match that you actually want to get to.
Yes.
Man,
Fine Justin over there.
You need some editor that comes back and bookmarks and chapters all your stuff. So
I know. I have to do it myself at the moment. It sucks.
Gotta use arrow keys to skip forwards a few seconds.
Yeah, I'm just going through here. Do all the counterattacks, getting shot in the face lots, getting shot in the face lots. Boop, 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 boom. No fear, no fear, no fear. Nope, no fear, just defeated. So basically it happened. Boba Fett took a turn against. So I literally did a basic against Kyle Katarn, so I couldn't have been feared. I just did a basic against Kyle Katarn, nearly killed him, or half killed him, and then he took a turn, threw the lightsaber at me, and I just died, and it goes, game over. Defeat. He's even still standing. He's just stood up, and pieces out. Yeah, it was a good time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it would not be the first time we've played this game and there have been bugs. So
This game doesn't have bugs.
No.
It has additional
How dare
features
you
at
slander.
It has Geonosians, okay?
No. It has additional features at an inconvenient time.
How dare you slander the good
I mean, I'm not saying I would have won that battle, but
Galaxy of
it definitely didn't help.
and dare to insinuate that there might be bugs all the fucking time with every goddamn release that ever existed.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You get out of here with your logic, okay? We don't need none of that.
So the only reason I actually won that GAC was because my opponent just simply didn't have time to fight. So he went in, he one-tapped my raid team, he dropped against Slacker, and that was in like the last hour. And he'd messaged me saying, "I'm sorry, I don't have time." That's the only reason I won, because I dropped a lot of battles in that GAC. I think what was my end score? Hold up, my end score was something ridiculous, like 1870 or something. It was really low for a full clear. Let's see. No, I can't see. There's too much. Friday night streams are too chaotic for me to actually see what happened. Yeah, come on, Scribbles. Who knows? How did your guys' GACs go?
What's the definition of I didn't try?
I think it's I didn't try.
Yeah, both rounds on my main account, I've done one attack, and alternate account, I won the first round, did one attack on the second round, and that was it. That was all I did.
Nice. Round 1, my opponent dropped 8 battles versus my my Saw team.
Nice.
And then eventually cleared that zone, and then racked up 2 battles on my Lord Vader clones, and then said fuck it and tapped out. So we had a relatively low banner full clear, and we got the win and had some fun throwing some shit at the wall. Round 2, I went live after taking a bunch of shots with Scribble, and we didn't finish the GAC because everything was fucked.
What are you talking about? Well, like, you seemed so keen at the time to do it as well. You're like, yeah, I'll go live now. Were you just like,
for a few
fuck.
hours? We did a lot of battles. We got about 1,000 banners, and we just didn't finish the game.
So was it a case if you couldn't be bothered, or you were just like, guys, I'm bushed?
It was like 1 a.m. and I was fucked, and I was just didn't get a whole lot of sleep the night before, and after a few more shots afterwards, and a few more dabs, and after what, it was.
I think I hung around in your chat for a little bit, but it was like 5 a.m. for me at that point.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, it was a good time.
Absolutely crazy. Fucking 5 a.m. You're finishing your gags.
I mean, that's only the Friday night stream.
I thought it was normal.
That's a normal time for most people, right? 5 a.m. GAC.
Yeah.
When you're like 15 shots deep.
Yeah, 6 a.m. GAC. Let's go. Who cares?
Let's go. That's the thing they will least expect. Yeah, it was a good time. I do enjoy those Friday night streams. They are a lot of fun. My body does not thank me for it usually on a Saturday or a Sunday for that matter, because I usually need all of Saturday to try and recover from the Friday/Saturday morning, and then the Sunday my body's like, what the fuck do you keep doing to me? Like, seriously, dude, do you really need to do all those shots and stay up all night? And apparently I do.
Tell your body to quit being a bitch.
A little bitch.
Solve those problems, right? Meow.
Listen, dude, I'm not 20 years old anymore. I'm really not. I don't bounce back like I used to. I'm an old man. I'm an old man.
I'm gonna tell you a little secret right now. Tell somebody that gives a fuck.
Got him.
Shut the fuck. I said it once, Scribe, but tell your buddy to stop being a little bitch. It's only downhill from here. Well, thank you, Bubba Joe. I appreciate it. So, Galaxy of Losers. Yeah, much appreciated.
What this is preparing you for is the eventuality of you having a child, and then you will be up all the time, no matter what. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You'll just be stuck
exactly.
With it, so.
And I think the downside of that is if I'm with child, not in the maternal way, obviously, because this isn't that film Junior, right? That Schwarzenegger film. Is it Junior? I think it's called Junior. He gets pregnant somehow. Sure. It's weird. It's more like if I have a child, I can't do it drunk all the time, right? That's frowned upon. I can't be like a drunk father.
Generally. Okay, there you go. Like, drunk sex is pretty great. So
a drunk daddy.
Yeah. What are we on about?
Who knows? We're talking shit mostly. Yeah, two very different things. Two very different. But there are connections to those two different disparate topics. next week we have got a badass motherfucker joining the holotables.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's Mace motherfucker Windu, I think his name is.
Yeah, that tracks. I think that's the in-game name.
The man with the largest
Mace
sleeves.
Sleeve windows. Yes.
Mace Clown's Pocket Windu. He's.
Those are the most impractical sleeves I have ever seen in my fucking life.
I feel like he could step on them. Yeah, I feel like you could genuinely step on those.
Yeah,
it's
he's gonna trip on those fucking sleeves.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Sidious is to be fighting him, and he's gonna like go and use the Force and tie his sleeves together.
Yeah,
and be I gotcha.
You can see how he lost the fight now, though. Like those sleeves clearly impeded
now I
him.
understand.
Or maybe that's how he survived. He just spread those fucking sleeves out and he flew the fuck away.
Oh,
You
that
know?
could be it,
Like
too.
caught air.
That could
Yeah,
be
there
it,
we
yeah.
go.
Exactly.
The whole
That's
freaking wingsuit.
he could see the future. He knew he was getting flown out of the window, and he's like, "Better get me some wingsuits."
He brought his wingsuit robes.
Exactly.
Good choice.
Exactly.
I like it actually.
Yeah, I think that fucking we nailed it. That's gonna be in the upcoming special edition series of Mace Windu when that happens in when Samuel Jackson is like 90. It'll be a great time.
If they do anything,
It's criminal
with
that
Mace,
they're waiting this long.
Yeah.
if they do anything with Mace after the fact, it's gonna have to be like the post, like it's gonna be like during Kenobi time era. Like it's gonna have to be like post Clone Wars, and he's gonna have to like aged hard.
Yeah, I don't think they can use de-aging.
Oh, they can use de-aging. Absolutely. They use the
mean,
fuck out of de-aging all the time.
You could just be like, you could just explain his old ass like complexion by like the same way they did Sidious's massive aging during the battle, right? Like where they made him look like he does, like looks like Palpatine.
Or just say Mace fell to the dark side a little bit, and it corrupted him, and cool, now he got older. Cause
he just
can do a lot.
Aged 20 years after
Isn't
failing to
you
protect the Jedi
guys
Order.
have got better Star Wars lore knowledge than me, but isn't his lightsaber form Vapad? Doesn't that, or is it Shatterpoint? Doesn't that actually tap into dark side?
Yes.
The pod
Yeah.
does, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they can fucking write some shit. It's like,
supposed to do, the pod's supposed to work the same way. And here's a completely different genre reference for you. The lightning bending from Avatar.
You assume I've watched Avatar. Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be you're a conduit, but you're not supposed to retain it, kind of thing. And that's why it does end up corrupting some people. Is because if you can't do it properly, it does end up getting to you.
Gotcha. Like Avatar is one of the few characters from anime that I could probably cosplay as. And I could just shave the beard and draw a big fucking blue arrow on my head. Job done.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck
Done.
yeah.
Send it. I'm for it.
Easy.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Well, I would, but people would be like, so what do you like about Avatar? I was like, I like the bald guy with the blue arrow on his head. And they'll be like,
What's
you're
his
like
name?
one of those guys that goes around walking with a Metallica t-shirt and you don't even like Metallica. So it's a cool t-shirt, bro. Like, fuck off.
Cool design, all right? Leave me alone.
Oh, I like how zero fucks we gave about Tribe Talks today. It's great.
Well,
Or is it that we give too many fucks about Tribe Talks? Because we are embracing the essence of it today.
There's not much news going on though. It's like we were supposed to get potentially last week. We were supposed to get the next era drop information, and that got delayed because of the holiday on Thursday. And I believe they didn't end up opening back up after that. So we'll get that early this week.
Are we getting
kinda-
Captain Brutus as the first Marquis?
I honestly don't even care right now. Like,
I think so, yeah.
unless CG gives me a
Wait, you think
cool...
Karth doesn't care, or you think we are getting Brutus?
Brutus.
Yes.
Like,
Sick.
I need to know what the GL is. Like, give me the GL, and I'll start to care about the rest of what they do. But like,
Well, we should
until I
find
have
that
the
out straight
GL,
away.
we will. We'll find that out when the era goes live. That's the only thing. It's like I can't care until I know what I'm working towards, and even then, I'm like, I don't have high hopes because if CG pulls from what is available in Star Wars media, and we're talking about like what they've released, through movies or the TV shows, there is not a lot of interesting to pull from besides just whispers and murmurs, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be enticed to that. It's like it's kind of the
If
thing I don't like about where CG's gone with the raid and and probably this new GL. It's like it's just a hurry up and spend mechanic. It's not
oh,
really like
without a doubt, yeah.
interesting, and I'm like, for the love of God, take an exit, go down Star Wars EU lane and pick something fun. Like the last character I think I was like legitimately excited to unlock was Bane, and since then it's just been like,
Wow, you were foaming at the mouth to get some Delta Squad. Were you not
yeah,
excited to get Scorch?
I got one of them, and it's not even the right team.
Yeah. It's not even an actual Delta Squad team. Like he was expecting like some actual fucking clones working together and doing some
There's
shit.
just no
Lord
pleasing
Vader.
some people. I remember Karth saying, "Give me Delta
listen,
Squad and I will throw money at you."
And
I
did
did.
Delta Squad.
And I did.
I got
Well,
Scorch. I unlocked him day 1, Relic 9. I paid for that. I get it. But I would like OG Delta Squad. I would like to get, Juno Eclipse and General Ram Koda, and I'd like to get Proxy. I would love to get
Proxy,
there are things
just Proxy.
I would love to get. But it's like this new rabbit hole of just like, well, we're just going to keep finding random things to keep pumping out. I'm like, I don't hate the idea of Mace. I don't disregard like Jocasta and Depa. Like they're decent characters.
Oh, yeah.
But my interest in them is fairly low, and that's the problem I'm running into with a lot of the new releases. Like they just keep dragging things out from the current media, and they use that as this is what we're working towards next. I'm like, homie, I wasn't interested enough to watch Skeleton Crew in the first place.
But you should.
I get it. I should.
Dude, it was fun. It was a good show.
I'm not.
Right?
No. Out of the recent releases, Skeleton Crew is on my list of things to watch. I just haven't gotten to it yet. My free time with watching TV is with the wife, and she likes to watch, more of the drama, romance stuff, and so
trash.
we do what she likes because then she touches me.
Yeah, that is a rule for life. Always side with the missus.
Yeah, whatever ends me up in a horizontal position, I'm fine with. So I'm
Women or booze.
Yeah, exactly. One of the two great loves of my life. But yeah, that's kind of where it's at. I don't mind watching it, but it's just like even with what I know about Skeleton Crew, because I've been nothing is really a mystery on that show at this junction. It's just like the greatest thing they can pull from it as a galactic legend is basically a half-baked mystery, right? Like there's not anybody from that should be a galactic legend, and then in addition to that, there isn't really anyone there who's like we know well enough. And so
I think I said it before, but like Tak Renaud would probably fit the bill pretty well, except we just don't know anything about him or what he's done.
Oh yeah, we know fuck all about him. If they actually expanded the story a bit more,
and
like
so
gave
that's
us like something,
and gave us clips of what he's done and stuff. That would be cool.
Yes,
well, and
something
so that's
over there.
That's honest to God why I believe that the GL will be Gorian Shard. It will be Salad Man himself. And because it's like he is a pirate king, and that's the one thing that
GL Salad Fingers.
Yeah, but it's like a character that had like 2 episodes of screen time, and I just don't like that, because like out of all the things pirate we could do, that's where you're running with it. I'm like, there are so many good EU options, there's so many good even canon options of other eras. It's like, okay, well, where does CG run? And they're kind of, I unfortunately feel like it's going to have to be somewhat related to either the sequel trilogy or Skeleton Crew, and even either of those options I'm not wildly excited about.
The only thing that makes sense for me is like a neutral Hondo GL. Like
I was literally about to say that. I was like, hear me out, GL Hondo.
Yeah,
what I was about to say.
And that's the only thing CG could have me excited for. And even at that junction, CG kind of ruined that for themselves, because we know a lot of what they're going to pull from is Skeleton Crew. And so it's got to be something Skeleton Crew related, or it's got to be
Karth.
sequel related.
Here's what happens when you don't watch Skeleton Crew. You don't know that Hondo's ship is actually pictured in Skeleton Crew at the pirate fucking planet meetup thing. Aha! So there it is related.
It is.
No. Hondo being there does not surprise me for nothing.
I'm
Like
just being a dick.
He was probably in the pleasure pits. That's fine.
But it's just like there's just nothing that really kind of excites me about choosing a fringe character. I'm just like, there are so many things in EU you could choose from
I hear you.
from SWOTOR you could choose that would be better options. And I just don't know how they get the game back to a point where the character unlocks are interesting. Like I get why they keep following the theatrical releases. I understand that, but I think for the part that always astounds me is how old the player base is for SWGOH. Like I keep looking at that going like, I keep thinking like, yeah, you're right. It's a bunch of 18 to 25-year-olds playing this game. I'm like, no. It's a bunch of 35 to 50-year-olds playing this game. Like that's the part that
we got some crusty old blokes playing this game. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I'm one of them.
It's like hardcore Star Wars fans.
And I'm like,
fucking nerds.
But at that point, why are we focusing on the Force Unleashed content, EU content, anything that's kind of what those guys grew up on? Because they're gonna.
The answer. Because at the end of the day, Disney makes the decisions.
Disney's like, go fuck themselves, dude.
And there goes our sponsorship. God damn it, Karth. How is Tribe Talks going to get sponsored by Disney now?
If Disney knew how to make money, they wouldn't have done what they've done for the last 15 years. Like, they don't. They just keep going down the.
Know how to make money. Ain't nobody making that claim in this building.
Yeah, I know. Not in this chat. But it's just like. They had so many easy I get where they're at. I get where they're under EA. I get all these things of the hierarchy, but man alive, if you wanted to print money, just go down the rabbit hole of the older like 2000 and 1990s games and like some of the EU stuff. And you would just have people like, oh my God, I love XYZ character from, Jedi Academy. Let's do that. Let's do that.
The other way they could.
Sorry, go on. Obviously, just to be clear, obviously they're a multi-billion-dollar corporation. They're like make tons of fucking money. Obviously, they are. Own several media. They own media like agencies and own different things.
They make money.
Fucking money. We're talking very specifically here about like the streaming content, the Star Wars content, the streaming service of Disney Plus, and a lot of that stuff really is losing them money. So that's we're just like we're specifically honing in on this, like the Star Wars content.
Disney Plus is losing money when they finally let all their content bleed out to Hulu. Even though they own both platforms, they finally started bleeding all their content out to Hulu because they cannot get anybody to use the freaking service. It's because you just keep pushing people to a specific service that nobody really wants to spend for. But anyway,
all they have to do if they want to make money in this game, all right, take it from me, they just need to make Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Waifu Edition. All right, get rid of all this flat-chested character models. Make everybody sexually proclivities wildly out there. Everybody has massive busts and for some reason has got their tits out. And then this game would be a hit.
Listen,
it would be a tit.
I played the hell out of KOTOR for that
Everyone gets giant dongs too. All right?
Yeah, absolutely. We are definitely equal rights representatives over here. Everybody is rocking like a 10-inch cock around.
All right, everyone 10-inch cock.
Wait, we're not.
As well.
We're not.
Wait, we're not.
We're not. Hold on.
Everybody. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. It works for rivals. Just bring it into the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community. All of a sudden, you've got thirst-trapped 16-year-old boys stealing their parents' credit cards to pay for crop top Ray. All right? It's
perfect.
And then it basically makes its own money. Waifu Old Daka. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Smash or Pass Edition. Waifu Night Sister Zombie. Let's go.
Oh, dude, I would do that.
Jabba the Hutt? Oh my god.
Jabba the slut.
Yeah, he's basically just a giant
Hook me
testicle
up
dragging the
with
fuck
that-
along.
with that woman Jabba.
I say careful if you say no to Jabba, you do got to face the Rancor. So that is.
Oh, God.
Just
Oh,
be aware.
God.
Hey, if
Could
it's
you
waifu
imagine what the
Rancor-
right?
No, if it's waifu Rancor, I might get smothered in those titties. I'm just saying.
I'm thinking of
just
some sort of
saying.
fucking cross between a Rancor and that gremlin from Gremlins 2 that's all tarted up and has got lipstick and a bust. If you haven't seen Gremlins 2, this imagery is going to be completely lost on you. But yeah, can you put lipstick on a Rancor? I mean, it could happen.
You can put anything on. Hey, listen. Rule 34 exists for a reason.
Oh, God. Rancor Rule 34. That brings a whole new meaning to Dad Bod Boba riding a Rancor, doesn't it? I mean, Jesus.
It's about to get rowdy, boys. It's about to get smothered in some like galactic-sized tits.
You could literally get lost inside those butt cheeks. You know what I'm saying?
Use you to wipe them booty cheeks, and you would be happy about it.
Oh my gosh. So I think we've solved all of CG's issues right there.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah. I'm not saying they have issues, but they could be making more money.
All you have to do is just be incredibly fucking shameless. and you'll make
Absolutely
all the money in
shameless.
the world.
Degenerate as fuck. All right.
And
But we're
there's all the
already
money
there.
to be made
We're
possible.
already
To be
there.
clear, that is not advice just for CG. That is advice for everybody. You want to make money? Just be as shameless as humanly fucking possible, and you will win. Right?
Yes.
You will fuck.
Just go Google Bonnie Blue, and you'll see that the sky is the limit for all these things. All right.
All right, Scrab. I got two options in the chat for you of the Rancor waifu edition.
Oh god.
I'm not sure if I want to have a look at this now.
No, it's pretty PG. It's pretty PG.
Nice.
I'll take the second one. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I would too. But I'm just saying, like, listen, Rule 34 exists for a reason.
Oh my god.
That is funny
Okay.
as hell.
So on this Galaxy of Heroes podcast, where we
Hey, we're pretty Star Wars
we
oriented.
we are the utmost professionals. I will once again say that this is at least 50% satirical, guys. Okay, you know, don't take us too seriously. The hate mail will be ignored.
Take us as law. We are
100%
speaking
seriously.
truth.
Okay, let's just lean into it. Yeah.
100%. Oh yeah. 60% of the time, it works every time.
Every time. Yeah. Exactly. Maybe
Every goddamn
CG
time.
could borrow some of that baby oil from Diddy and we could just pour it over characters and stuff like that. That could be one of the mini games. Who knows?
Wait. You guys don't.
More like the wankor. Ah! Yeah, scream.
Oh my lord. Oh gosh, how did we get to this
Listen,
point?
there's a reason why the camera only shoots me from like the mid chest up. Okay, let's just let that go after that. All right.
Put the baby
Because
oil
Twitch
down,
banned
Carth.
Baby oil. Whoa, we hit it dry.
Just slap some chalk on that thing. It'll really dry it up.
No, we're on Tatooine here, boys. We only
Musty
know
and dusty, baby.
Two suns and dry heat.
Dry humping and the dry heat, baby. Let's go. Oh my god.
Like that.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
So I don't know where we go from here, guys. I'll be honest. I've completely off the reservation. Yeah.
Goddamn good question.
Were we on the
anybody
reservation
really
to
know?
start with? I'm asking for a
Wait,
friend.
is it a Wookiee reservation?
What about the droid attack on them?
What about the droid
Nah,
attack on the Wookiee
we don't care about the droid
reservation?
attack anymore.
We support the
Damn
droid
it.
attack.
Bro,
No,
we could
no,
use
no,
some more
no, we
Wookiees.
were
Are there any
impartial.
pirate Wookiees? No.
See, now this is my problem, is that pirate is a stupid faction tag because there's fucking only so many pirates, right? And because there are only so many pirates, the player base just starts throwing pirate tags at anybody that's vaguely got some sort of tertiary. It's like us talking about Galaxy of Heroes, right? It's sometimes it's got some connection to the game. The community looks at the pirate tag, they're like, yeah, I mean, Lando called Han a pirate. He's basically a pirate.
That is the
dumbest thing of my life. Honestly, everyone's like, Pirate Han. I'm like, get the
Pirate
fuck
GL,
out of here.
Pirate Han. Fuck you.
How dumb
I
do
love
you have to
how-
be?
I love how it's just stated like just so nonchalantly, like, oh yeah, I mean Lando called him a pirate, so obviously he's a pirate. So I mean that makes sense. It's just like
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just stated
Yeah.
so just so plainly, like, oh yeah, I mean Lando calls him a pirate, so obviously he's a pirate. So you know, like he'll be the next GL. It's just like what?
Yeah,
Hold on, we just wait. We just made that jump. We just like, did we? What?
Well, Wolfie,
no,
can I ask you?
hold on,
do you,
hold
do
on,
you
hold
have a big body of water nearby?
Yes, I'm.
Good.
I'm in New Jersey, so I
Okay,
have both the
so-
Hudson River and then the Atlantic Ocean.
Get ready, Wolfie, okay? Because you're a goldfish. Quick, go jump in the water. You'll die. Go.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not how names work, is it? Fuck.
Pirate
Oh, God.
Pirate Han coming to the game is the same excuse as my wife telling me I got the biggest cock she's ever seen. Like it's
We both know it's not true. But it sure makes me feel good.
Oh yeah, no. I believe the lie because I need to, not because it's true.
So
but, like-
yes, that's my problem with the pirate tag. Is
The
It's
only-
actually Han. I'm gonna be so disappointed.
I'm gonna
I
have
would
words
too.
with Meathead.
Dude, if the two front runners for me are gonna be Maz and Gorian. Like they're Gorian in canon is the pirate king and Maz is the pirate queen. So they both have enough of a reputation to deserve a title of galactic legend. Beyond that, I don't know what they bring to the game. Part of me feels like Ubisoft might be sucking enough dick to be like, oh, we will let you use KVS to promote our game for free. And I could see that. And I would love that because honestly, KVS ND5, I would eat that up. That would be a
Whoa,
fun
Nyx,
combo
dude.
to have in the
Get it
game.
right.
Yeah, well, KVS would have Nyx like Cal has the droid,
No,
right?
Nyx will have KVS. All right.
His own, yeah, Nyx would be his own character. That would be awesome.
He summons a KVS.
I would.
We got to get the priorities right here, man.
I would take that too. But like outside of that, like there's just not a ton that I would be excited for. Like I didn't hate Star Wars Outlaws.
Neither did I.
Ubisoft. It was a Ubisoft game that was punished by its own mechanics. Like
It
more
was
than
punished
anything.
for its innate Ubisoftness, I think.
Yeah. It was punished for being a
Ubisoftness.
Ubisoft game.
Yeah.
Like
It should have been Ubi harder.
Yeah, exactly. Ubisoft make my dick soft.
Ubisoft should have been taking some Viagra, or well, let's just quick side jump. Pop your man a Blue Chew.
Do you think they could go for a rebrand and become Ubi Hard?
Ubi hard.
Ubi hard.
Get into that supplement life, Ubisoft. You're a gaming company, but you're also a supplement company. Like
Well.
we provide. Well, like it's those companies now that do all that gamer energy
Gamer
drink
subs.
stuff.
Gamer
Yeah.
bro shit. Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
the
perfect.
gamer subs. But we're gonna
They would be
we're gonna be
optimized
fucking
for that.
up the game and fucking up people.
Yeah.
Fuck
Seriously.
up everything.
They're selling the games and they're selling like the fuel as well. You know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
If,
Fucking do both. Do both. Say
If we
less.
do actually get KVS, they have to do an ability where it's just she sits down and has a meal with Nyx. All right?
It's a heal. It's a heal ability.
It can pass buffs and give a heal, but I just want them to sit down and have a meal with... They've done stupider things in abilities. They've done stupider things. So why not have a little meal with Nyx? And if Nyx can do stuff like, I don't know, steal people's weapons, set off grenades and stuff like that,
Oh, dude,
I'll be happy.
if Nyx disarms somebody, that would be the tits.
Yeah.
I would love that. Honestly, like I'm low key hoping, not because I know it's going to be a thing, but I want it to be a thing. Is I want the other conquest character to be KVS, and that's what I want it to be.
could
I
work.
don't care. And I would be okay with that. I don't care. I just don't. I want it to be something that's kind of fun. And I get that it's Ubisoft and CG's, EA, and they're not related, but Ubisoft might just be like, promote our game because we can't make money. And I'd be okay with that. I would be okay with that. I wouldn't care. But there is a tie. Hondo Anaka is part of the Outlaws world with the newest DLC drop. Not that anyone gives a flying
There's
fuck
a
about
newest
the
deal. Was that the card game one, or is there another DLC?
No, that was the Lando was the card game one. There's been another one after that. Like honestly, I honestly was like, I will not play Outlaws again until their year one DLC is complete, and then I'll download the game, pay another $20 for Ubisoft
I'll plus, yeah, or
Premiere or whatever.
it. Yeah,
And
I'll do it when they're
then
done
I'll
doing
play all the
DLC, and I'll do all of it.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I don't mind the character. I don't mind the game. It's just like, is there enough to do for a year plus of content? No, there wasn't. It was a very dumb idea for them to be like, oh, let's drag you out for 2 hours worth of content every 4 months.
The thing is, right, is that way back in the day, in the sort of like the 2000s, we used to get DLC, but it was called expansion packs. And games would have single-player story expansion packs that come out. It wasn't common, but you'd have some come out, and it'd be like, £15, and you get a new story to go with
and
your...
you get another 4 or 5 hours of content.
Exactly. That used to be quite common in a PC game. You wouldn't see it in like console games because of the architecture, right? But stuff like Baldur's Gate would get expansion packs. Used to get it on the Icewind Dale games. That got expansion packs.
People play Baldur's Gate.
Fuck yeah. But that used to be a thing, right? StarCraft used to have expansion packs.
The Brood War and everything.
Exactly. That used to be, but now it's called DLC, right? Because it's downloadable content. Before you didn't used to have it. So I don't mind it in principle, but at the same time, I'm not going to be playing that game for a year. You kind of blitz through it, play it solidly for like 30, 40 hours, you 100% the game, and then you don't touch it. You're like, I'm done with that.
That was also part of like the how people were able to attain the game, right? They didn't let people get through Game Pass and shit, so they were just like, there was incentive to finish it as quickly as possible and then just drop it so you'd have to pay for it again. So they sort of fucked themselves with that the release on that thing.
And the thing is too is like Ubisoft Plus, like all the Plus games, they don't offer enough going on to be in a game that you come back to constantly. It's just not a thing with a lot of the bigger games. They're not offering enough. It's not a true live service. There's very few games where it's like they offer enough content where you constantly can come back every day or every couple of days and keep doing something. It was kind of a joke from the get-go with Outlaws, and I don't understand why they went down the route. But if CG wants to bring in content from,
I'm not against it. I'd quite happily get it.
Yeah, I'm not against it. I wouldn't mind Kay Vess. Like I don't have a problem with her. She's not a bad character. I'd like
to have ND5. Like I would genuinely enjoy the idea of ND5.
But the thing is too is like,
cool character.
The whole everyone's like, oh well, woman lead, big surprise. I'm like, Kay Vess wasn't a bad character. There were some flaws that in the writing, but overall, not a bad character.
Who gives a flying fuck?
Yeah.
Grow up.
Well,
come on.
No, not even that. Like, set aside the fact that she's a woman. There were some writing flaws in the base game that don't make sense, but that's a different can of worms. But like there are a lot of things about it that were just like, you were your own demise. The way you did things was your own fuck up, and whatever it is, what it is. But like that's kind of where a lot of Star Wars goes. Like it's like you just lose people so fast because you're like, well, stick around for 6 to 12 months and then we'll be okay. It's like, nah, dog. Like I don't give a shit. Like, but honestly, the thing I bring this way circle back to Swoga is the fact they keep using that one pirate, that stupid guy from Mando that showed up in
Gunter?
Yeah,
the guy with the headpiece with the eye.
The Quarian or whatever the hell, not Quarian. That's Mass Effect. God,
I don't know who you mean.
The one pirate that is in Mando and then shows up again in Skeleton Crew.
I think you mean Gunter from.
It's probably. Vane, maybe it's the one
you said pirate in Mandalorian and in Skeleton Crew.
Yeah,
who's a Weequay? Yeah,
a Weequay. Yeah, that's
not this guy because he was also in Mando and Thingamabob. I put him in the chat.
He was in Mando. No. I don't think he was in Mando.
He was. Yeah.
When was
Yeah, in the same episodes with Gorian Shard.
Was he? I don't remember him.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a. He's basically a henchman holding wrench in the background.
I'm thinking of this guy.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's
the
Bane.
it's
So
what
he's, I'm expecting.
his presence
Yeah.
is what I'm thinking leads to Gorian Shard. I think Gorian Shard is the GL. I don't think it's going to be anything different because he's the Pirate King. He is in multiple different things. It makes a lot of sense. I don't think they're going to do Maz because Maz is kind of old news. She's in what, episode 7 and never again, right?
I can't remember if she turns up again. I'll be honest.
Episode 7.
I think she's around again a little bit at the end, right?
I can't remember.
know.
I'll be honest.
I feel like she does
All I
something.
know is
I
that
have not seen them in so fucking long. I have no
all
idea.
I know is that the Force Awakens is hitting its 10-year this December, and so I'm assuming the next era has something to do with that. And I could see CG
Probably.
tying in something from this era to that era because you have a little bit of leeway with that. But Maz Kanata to be a GL seems like an absolute waste of time for me. I would believe that Gorian Shard makes the most sense to bring most of the people that are between Mando and Skeleton Crew into the game to support him as a character. Makes a lot of sense, and then call it a day. I think they might do something with like Kay Vess for a light side pirate crew because she's not really a smuggler, she's not really a scoundrel. Well, she's a scoundrel.
She's definitely a
100%,
scoundrel,
but-
100%. Yeah.
But she could kind of be a pirate kind of thing. She does piratey type things. I could see that being a bleed between the two.
She feels more of a pirate than Han Solo.
Well,
It's tough
Han
to
Solo
really
GL
like a
can go
pirate.
fuck itself. That is the dumbest. That is the worst
when you
idea
think
for a
of-
GL.
When I really think of pirates in like Star Wars, I'm really thinking of people like Hondo because he had like he was the pirate leader and he had his whole crew and that was the whole thing. And like that's the big thing. Like the pirates were all working together under their captain and there was like the whole organization, whatever thing. That's what it more like to me like takes to be considered as a pirate. So it's
And to be
Maz
fair,
did have
though,
a pirate crew. Maz did have a pirate crew.
I would love it
yeah,
to be
so Maz
Hondo.
would make sense, but yeah.
I would love it to be Hondo, but the problem is that by the time this would be Hondo, right? Hondo is no longer a prevailing pirate. Because by the time Hondo gets to Rebels, he's not leading a pirate crew. His pirate crew is gone.
And neither
So
is
it's like-
Maz. She just
Yeah, and
hosts a
that-
cantina basically.
And that's the problem. By the time we get introduced to these characters, they're no longer notorious pirates. They used to be, but they aren't there anymore. And that's where my head just goes. Gorian Shard makes the most sense because he is the pirate king at the time of introduction. There is enough character blend from Skeleton Crew to Mando season 3 to make it make sense. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it makes sense. And that's kind of where my head's at. It's like Gorian Shard makes the most sense to be the GL. I don't like that idea because
real
it's
quick,
not iconic.
Do we know anything else about Gorian Shard other than from Mandalorian? Because he just kind of like
No.
shows up and
No,
then
we
gets
don't.
his ass kicked.
Yeah, he shows up. He gets his ship blown up.
Honest to
Loses
God, the
super
only
hard.
reason I'm vying for Gorian Shard to a degree is because I want a new pirate fleet to be the Nemeta fleet. I want the next season, or the next era after this, to be a new fleet. I am so sick and tired of Leviathan being a
So
thing.
am I. Fuck me. Jesus
I don't
Christ.
care if it's not light side. Give me a different capital ship. I don't give a shit that it's not light side. I don't give a shit if the next GL
Anything.
isn't light side. Anything is better than what we're at right now when it comes to the fleet meta. And outside of that, I would be happy to have a dark side GL back, because it's light side was last time. So dark side GL.
It has to be a dark side GL. It has to be dark side or neutral in my mind.
It should be.
Because we've had 2 consecutive light side GLs. We're not going to have 3 consecutive light side GLs. That just doesn't. CG doesn't tend to operate like that. It's weird that we got 2 back-to-back light side GLs. They've never done that. So I can't see it being a third one. I could see it potentially being a neutral GL. I can see it being a dark side GL. I can't see a third light side one. That's why I don't think it's Maz. Just because I think canonically you can argue that she could be a GL as far as pirates are concerned.
She's not worth it though.
I agree she's not worth it, but
Yeah.
like I'm saying as far as pirates that we have, I'd say yeah, why not? However, I don't think it will be. I like my personal preference is obviously Tech Renaud, just because the way they big him up in the show makes him sound like he was the biggest pirate ever, right? But we just don't know anything about him, so you just can't you can't make a character out of that. There's nothing to go on. You don't see him fight. You even have like vague recollections about what he's done. You don't even see him do anything. Yeah, exactly. So it's like if we had a Skelly season 2 or something like that fleshed out his backstory, or even a show around him, then I could get on board. So apart from that, all we're left with is like Jod and the Skelly crew people, Brutus, or Gorian Shard. That's literally it. Like, as far as Darkside pirate factions go. I feel. Outside of if they started going into EU shit. Like, because I don't know anything about that. People keep on saying Shizor from one of the old Star Wars games. Prince Shizor.
He seems more like Underworld stuff, though. Like, more, if they were to do eventually, like, but then again, we're getting into, like, bringing in, Maul with the Crimson
oh yeah,
and all that.
Well, and yeah, I'll agree with.
It seems like he would fit a lot more under that heading rather than the pirate heading for Zizor.
And Maul's
name.
New show, whatever that ends up being for the animated series, that would seem like a bigger time to come back.
Yeah, the Shadow Lord.
Yeah, exactly. That would be a more prominent GL. Like, as much as I would love to get the rest of stuff from Solo, get Crimson Dawn, Kira, get
Beckett.
All of those, they don't feel like pirates. They don't.
Well,
they just feel like scoundrels and smugglers and whatnot. Not really like fucking like a pirate.
100% agree with you. I'm just saying I would be okay with that kind of content coming related to Crimson Dawn Maul versus anything else, and it's like everyone's like, oh, well, Crimson Dawn could totally be a thing. I'm like, yeah, maybe, but like they're like in like last place for contesting this. Like, it's gonna be something from either Mando or from Skeleton Crew. Like, that's gonna be your options. And from Skeleton Crew, the only one we have is a half-baked hologram Weequay that you could maybe make as a GL and be like, fuck the science, we'll fill in the rest. Or you could do Gorian Shard, and either way it's going to be Darkside, and it's going to be something from the shows. And I mean, which I'm okay with, but like, if this game's going to keep breathing as time goes on, they need to bring in older content. They need to bring in the EU stuff and things that people care about or have interest in. The new shows, it's hit or miss. Most of the new shows nobody cares about. Skeleton Crew into Andor is rare...
they're gonna bring in some Andor content.
Dude, there's no way they don't do Andor.
They made real quick. They made an entire faction. Sorry, real quick. They made an entire kit just based off of like a vision of 2 seconds of Darkside Ray. So,
anything's possible.
They can do what they want. All right, anything is possible.
In CG's defense, it was a really cool 2 seconds. Okay.
Yes. So, all right, back to what we were saying. Andor content. Holy fuck, man! If they don't bring in some Andor content,
but that's the thing is,
yes, please. Holy fuck.
Disney's win from EA from Skeleton Crew into Andor is a rare thing for them, where they had 2 things that launched that did reasonably well. And so I would be okay with more Andor content. I would be okay with stuff from Skeleton Crew. I think ISB is a faction they should build out, because it's too good not to. There's a lot of things from Andor season 1 and 2 that make a lot of sense for that. There's a lot of things from Jedi Survivor that makes a lot of good sense for that. And so we'll be like, bring in Bode, right? Bring in Bode as an ISB agent, as a conquest unit, and find somebody to be or somebody else to be the leader of that team, and Bode to lead it, or not Bode to lead it, but Bode to support it. A lot of options for that kind of stuff, and I think that would go over well with the player base, and that's kind of where my head's at with a lot of stuff that CG's does. Like, bring in stuff that the player base is going to be interested in working towards. And please do not spend two full eras unlocking raid content, because that ain't gonna cut it, homie. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh fuck! The raid starts next week as well. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
It's
raid.
frustrating because we've
New raid,
literally
new disc.
just launched Battle for Naboo today, so I think I'm gonna have to wait until like Friday or Saturday to play the new raid. I'm like, I want to play.
I don't think you're
now.
gonna be alone though. Most guilds that can start a Naboo raid prior to the new raid going live are gonna do that, because
Hell yeah, of course they are. The rewards are so much
the
better.
rewards are gonna be unpredictable. Like, unless you know going into the fact that you're gonna have, people that you're gonna have 40, not 40%, 40 out of 50. So that would be 80% of the guild that can unlock Mace day one, that will be able to split 2 Jedi Vanguard teams at a reasonably high level. You're going to take a massive setback on your raid scores unless you can
Definitely.
have,
Unless you've got a guild full of whales.
Yeah, a guild full of whales. So like everyone's
But I
going to
mean,
do that, which is
even
fine.
my guild, which is pretty up there in terms of guild GP, we're like 725 mil. We're only getting about 26 to 30 maces day one. So with that, if in that context, and we don't have pirates, even top end guilds are not exactly going to be hitting red box day one. I know that's not a red box, but you know what I mean. Not going to be hitting max box day one for the raid. So you definitely are better off running Battle for Naboo. But yeah,
not without a literal metric ton of R9s. Like, you're going to need a lot of R9 investment on this one, which I doubt people are going to be like, oh, let me just R9 Bad Batch 2 Jedi Vanguard teams and what the hell is the last one?
Pirates.
No, clones.
Dark Side clones, yeah.
The clones, yeah, Dark Side clones. So it's like, a lot of people have Dark Side clones at R9 because it's Lord Vader. He likes R9s. But I mean, to get to an average of, for max crate, 10.5 or 10.8?
10.6. I think 10.6 is what you need. Could be 10.4 actually for max box.
Well, it's 520.
520 mil divided by 50.
Yeah, they lowered it a little bit. Oh, but isn't the max, like the highest box, still the same though?
Max still the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The second place box dropped by like 60 million. It went from 416 to 375. I want to say.
Okay.
So you need 10.4 million, and you divide that by 5 attempts. Oh, nope, that's not the right number.
2.6 or something.
Grumpy old man, you get Mark 3 if the new raid is out. So the way it worked last time was if you had launched the raid before the new one was available, then you would still get the Mark 3 currency from that first raid.
Yeah.
We are hoping and assuming it is going to work the same way, where you will get that content if it has been launched already.
It should be the same. That's been the status quo, is that if your raid launches prior to the new raid release, you will get the rewards of that raid prior to the changes.
Yes.
So yeah, if you need your 10.4, you need an average run of 2 million per, which means you probably need to have let's be honest though.
You need to divide it by 4, not 5 here, because you're not running a pirate team.
Well, you not day one, no.
No.
So you need 2.6. You basically need 4 teams at R8 or better to do it.
You need to be maxing with 4 teams. Yeah, and the number of people doing that is fuck all. Like, let's be fair.
It's going to be like some of the biggest guilds will do it, and then nobody else, because that means you got to have Bad Batch at R8, clones at R8, and 2 Jedi Vanguard teams at R8, and you need to be unlocking Mace Day 1 and the new which insinuates the new marquees. So it's like, that's a lot for people to be available right off the rip. And so it's like, all right, well, there is probably like 5 whole guilds that will hit that day one. That's it.
Because
you might have
best,
some.
I'd say.
Well, and because the reason why I say 5 is because, like, if you are running at 3.6 million per run, you only need 3 teams that are 9, and then the last 2 attempts can muster up their difference, right? Because
Mhm.
the 3 point, oh god, 3.6.
That whiskey's starting to
Right
hit
there.
there, Garth.
Oh, dude, I am like on my third like triple.
That's okay.
Nice.
I'm
Yeah,
sipping
so-
along with you.
If you have 3 runs at 3.6 million, so you have one Jedi Vanguard team, one clone team, and the Bad Batch team, that will get you 10.8. And so there are going to be plenty of the bigger guilds that are going to have that ready to go at a minimum and not worry about splitting the Jedi Vanguard faction.
Yeah,
They're going to wait
I
for
just-
the pirates coming.
I just feel like even in the bigger guilds, it's not like they're going to have 50 players all R9ing. You know, I think it might be like half the guild or at best.
Everyone will probably R9 the one clone team, and then everything else beyond that will be a complete crapshoot. I think a lot of people are
Relic 9 Tarkin.
Oh, yeah,
a lot of
mine's sitting
people
at
are-
R8. I'm holding on that one for now.
Forgot
I
about
think
that.
a lot of people are.
I mean, you gotta do it this week.
Well, I got to
Yeah,
do it by
right.
Saturday. So, because that's when I'll have to do it. Because, like I said, we've just launched our raid,
yeah,
so
by the time
Yeah.
time you get to the raid, yeah.
exactly. By the time I get to the
you
raid
gotta-
is when I got to do it.
You gotta get
Alright, so you got a
get
week.
Mace, to R9 first to get those rewards. R7.
That is
minimum
very
to get
true.
those-
That's
get those
going to
droid
be
brains.
fucking first thing I do. As
R7.
soon as Mace comes out, I'll be like, R9. Straight away. Got to get that 2K crystals.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you
20K
get 4K
crystals.
Yeah, 4K for the week, and then you get
Yeah, it's huge.
you get the 10 droid
Oh,
brains this
man.
week, so it'll,
Oh, it's
it'll
gonna be so
refund
good.
it. Yeah, Mace is
That's
the
awesome.
priority R9 for that, and then
Oh,
when the raid
100%,
drops,
yeah.
go from there. But yeah,
I really can't
There's a-
can't wait for
there's
that.
the amount of people that are going to be able to do that raid and hit red box day one is like a grand total of 5 guilds, and then everyone else will be somewhere between box 4 and 2.
Yeah, I mean that sounds reasonable. Like, I'm quite confident that we'll be able to hit a decent box. I'll be able to do pretty well, I think. Not massively, because I'll have the clones at R9. My Jedi Vanguard are going to be R8, because I'll probably only have 1, maybe 2 at R9 because of Mace and probably Depper. In case you need to R9 2 characters for that last couple of tiers for Mace's event. I'll try my best to do it with a solo character and get a video on that if it's possible, because you never know. You never know. I know we've had Barbarossa doing his testing and say you have to have Depper as well, but you never know. I'd rather test it out myself and see what I can figure out, but we'll find out. And then I've got my Bad Batch are currently at R5, but I'll be able to take them up to R7, maybe R8, and clones will be R9. Second Vanguard team was probably going to be
It
R7.
annoys me to no end that Bad Batch does not receive a singular buff from the gear or Relic 3, Relic 1 or Relic 3 tier until Relic 9.
They don't get a faction bonus till 9?
They do not get a faction bonus till 9. It is criminal that they do that way.
Are they the separatists of this raid then? They're like
Pretty
back-ended.
fucking much,
9.
dude. It's
That
bad,
sucks, dude.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
it's pretty taxing that they're like, yeah, well, you know, Relic 9 is going to be the next time we give you anything. And I'm like,
That's rough,
why?
dude.
Why even bother? Why even
I looked
say
at the bonuses,
anything
but
about that?
I can't remember that shit. I looked at it when it came out. I haven't looked at it since. So
The raid server has put together quite a few infographics, but
cool.
Bad Batch get a bonus at Relic
Afra is
6.
saying this one at 5, R5 tier.
Relics or Relic 5, Relic 5, they get one, and then the next one is Relic 9.
Okay. What
They
do
have
they
one
get
at
at Relic 5 tier?
Relic 5 is
Okay.
they get, and so Relic 1, they get 20% accuracy, and that's it. Relic 5, they get 20% accuracy, 25% max health. Stealth units deal 25% more damage, and
That's pretty good.
non-stealth units take 25% less damage.
That's
And
decent.
then-
That's decent. Yeah.
And yeah,
something at
that's decent. And then at Relic 9,
Mhm.
they gain plus 60% accuracy whenever an enemy dispels marked. They are marked for 1 turn, which cannot be dispelled, prevented, or resisted. Lord Vader gains 10 stacks of execute.
That's really good.
Stealth units deal 50% more damage. Non-stealth units take 50% less damage. I don't know if that's stacking with the Relic 5 bonus or if that's the collective total.
It probably is going to be replace it.
Probably.
Yeah, that would be my
But
guess.
that's very, very good. Like the 10
the
extra
Relic
stacks
9 you
of
said?
execute on Lord Vader. Yeah. The
God,
10
I'm not
extra
doing
stacks
that.
of execute is no,
That's-
neither am I. Is really
That's
good
not happening. Sorry.
because isn't it like
Eh.
Lord Vader? He loses stacks of execute when shit happens, and if it goes to 0, he kills the Jedi that you're trying to save. So you have to keep his stacks of execute high to get the triple attacks on him to save the Jedi. So 10 stacks when he normally starts at 20 that's significant. But again, I would expect an R9 bonus to be significant.
Well, yeah.
Because fuck doing R9 Bad Batch.
The biggest R9 bonuses are the Bad Batch, the clones, and a Jedi Master Mace Windu team.
Yeah.
And so I feel like this is gonna be one of those ones where CG is literally like, what you should do is R9 some bitches.
It's R9 everything. I know we've got 4 new teams for this new raid, but you should also R9 all of them.
To be fair, I will be R9ing the 4 base teams.
I'll be R9 in clones. I might do Vanguard eventually, because I'll be doing at least Mace, and my next sub goal is Temple Guard, so that's already 2 out of 5.
Yeah, so
and
you
if I
should
also have to
Costa-
do Dapper, it's like,
Well,
so
and the
I
thing
wouldn't
is, too,
mind so much.
The
But
thing is too is how fast does Pirates come online after the fact, and
Yeah.
the fact that they're doing
Yeah.
an entire bonus based off the GL tells me that number 5 is going to just be press auto and see what you get, not anything really relevant, because they don't really have any pirate
Yeah.
mechanics outside of the GL mechanics. So it's like, for me, it's like, yeah, get the 4 run, split Jedi Vanguard, run 1 where you can, run the second one where you can, and then clone the Bad Batch and the Dark Side clones, and then just go from there. That's kind of where things are at. It's an unfortunate mechanic. I feel like with the raid running longer, it's not going to be as terrible, but I feel like starting the raid with one faction not being present was a big boo-boo. I feel like that's just...
well, I mean, the community certainly didn't appreciate it. So
No, it's been pretty poorly received.
yeah. And like,
It's not just one faction not being present; it's also all of the other factions are new.
yes, the only reach around they did is they basically spat on it for us. They went before bending us over a battle. Is they let us reuse some Jedi Vanguard from Battle for Naboo. That's the only silver lining we got, is that, hey, look guys, your Keller and Beck team, you can basically use that one again. Don't worry about the fact that all the rest of the teams are brand new characters with lots of high car attack requirements, and one of the teams isn't even out yet. And I bet you
The
when
actual bonuses are locked behind the new characters of Mace and Depa. So
yeah. So get fucked. Yeah, and also I'm pretty sure that when we get our first marquee for pirates, I don't think that one new marquee is going to lead Smee, Hondo, Sana, and fucking who's the last one?
Nest.
I don't like. There's like no fucking synergy. There's absolutely no synergy there. Like, I can't see a random fucking pirate leader suddenly making that team a thing. Personally, it just doesn't, like, it boggles my mind. So I can't see that being like. Well, maybe it will be. Maybe it will. Maybe the pirate bonuses will be so strong that you'll be able to max score with that weird fucking smorgasbord of characters. But I doubt it.
Maybe, but yeah, I'm not really seeing it. It's
And if you want to
again,
use that
you're
team, you're
going
going to
to
have to
need-
wail.
yeah, exactly. You're going to need to spend on the new character. Oh, we're being nice, and the newest one's gonna be a leader, so we can get you a team. It's like, okay, that's not really all that nice. You're just trying to get us to spend.
You're not as nice as you think you are, CG.
we know. We see you. We've been here for a while. As long as you have, it's
So it's yeah. I'm not surprised the community's not over the moon with it.
Yeah.
It's out for a little bit longer,
really
so
blame
that's
them.
fine. But I think, like, I would have felt a whole lot better if we just had one other team that was more widely available for this raid. If we had the Vanguard that we used previously, or I know it's not Vanguard, Galactic Republic Jedi that we used previously as a bit of a bleed over into this new raid, like we've got now with Keller and Beck, and then also OG Bad Batch, or the Inquisitors, or something like that.
JMK, GMY.
Or something like that, And they could, JMK and GMY could have the same sort of bonuses like Sidious and Maul has in the current raid. They're not necessarily separatists, but they count for separatists in the raid. They could have done something like that just to try and ease the transition a bit. As it stands, it feels a little bit painful. A little bit painful. And I'm saying that as somebody that has wailed on all the new shit.
Oh yeah, I will have the new stuff, and even I'm sitting there going, man, this don't feel so great.
Don't feel so great.
I'm not sure I like this very much. I mean, obviously I'm going for Mace and his fucking wizard sleeves, but
I mean, Wizard Sleeve Mace. Oh, can that be his name? WSM. Wizard Sleeve Mace. Yes. Clown's Pocket Mace. Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
I love it.
We decided a while ago that it was canon that Mace actually survived because in his sleeves he was hiding both Yoda and Yaddle, so they were able to guide him to safety. So when he was thrown out the window, so don't worry, he's actually all right. Don't worry, everybody.
Yeah, we fixed it. Hi, Meathead.
Yep.
Bye, Meathead.
Hi, Meathead. Bye, Meathead.
we're just bitching about the raid. Don't worry, buddy. We love you.
Yeah. And how you should put JMK and GMY in there because it's bullshit that we got the new pirate GL is going to be the thing, and
I mean, we're going to get a GL in 3 months' time.
And it's all new characters and all new teams, and it's not the old Bad Batch, it's the new Bad Batch, even though it doesn't make any sense, and
stuff and things. Yeah. So yeah, I can understand community frustration very much so. It's a lot to ask of people. I think it's just because of all the loss of Mark III raid currency, really. That's the big deal. It wouldn't be so much of an issue with the new raid coming out if we didn't suddenly start getting less rewards than what we used to have, It's like, feels a little bit nyeh. Even if they left the Mark III currency in Battle for Naboo for like 3 months whilst the new raid was running, it would just be like, yeah, it's fine. You've got an extra 3 months buffer to try and build up to this new raid before the transition. Like, that would be kind of cool. And if they let you actually play both raids, so say they let you play the new raid with no rewards for 3 months, and you still run Battle for Naboo to earn your raid rewards there, so you could be building your new raid teams, and then it swaps out. That would be kind of cool. I know that would be a lot of raiding, but it gives you the opportunity to dip your toes in and gets people invested in the new raid, so they learn the mechanics, they know which teams to go after. That would be a cool way of doing it. That would be a cool way of doing it.
Yeah. Of course, everything was adjusting. We'd like it to be a little bit more, player friendly, and they got to make it more CG friendly, as it were. But I think it would be nice if they extend at least like a little bit of an olive branch over there and just show something over there, like to listen to the community with this, because
I mean, I do like olives.
The overall reaction has not been very good. And yes, I agree, olives are delicious.
Yes, they are. I mean, your Greek heritage, you can't be like, fuck olives.
Oh, I got Kalamata olives in my fucking fridge right now. Of course.
Well, there you fucking go.
Naturally.
Yeah, there you fucking go.
How could I not?
How could I not? Exactly. So yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still excited for the new raid because I'm so fucking done with Battle for Naboo. Like, I'm so over it now. So I'd like a new raid to come so we can start learning the new raid and enjoying some new mechanics. It's supposedly going to be quicker, hopefully less RNG based, so that we don't have to spend an hour doing our raid runs and not be entirely at the mercy of RNG. If all that comes together perfectly, I will be a happy little bunny and I will hop around and I'll be like, yeah, look how good this is. So I'm excited for that and learning the new raid. But I guess I understand where the community is coming from.
Yeah,
it's a good time. It's a good time.
Can definitely understand the uproar, and sure, some of it may be a little bit overboard because people like to get hyperbolic and go overboard and just make loud crazy yelling content because it's fun with everything, but some of it is absolutely warranted. Just
Loud
being fair.
noises. Yeah.
I don't know what we're yelling about. But yeah, to be perfectly fair, some of it is absolutely warranted. You know,
Yeah.
come on, CG.
Come on, CG.
Throw us a freaking bone here.
Throw me a freaking bonus. Yeah, throw me a freaking bonus drop on crystals or something. That would be nice. Could you imagine that?
Throw us a freaking bone here.
If there was, you know, like how on Cantina you've got like a 0.01% chance of getting an Omicron when you sim. They should do the same thing, but you can randomly get 100 crystals. It's like, oh look, you got 100 crystals for your sim. I'd be so fucking happy about that.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. Yeah. Okay, so new mace is coming. We're pushing for that top end reward box, right? We're trying to get those 2,000 crystals because over the period that we know that Crimes Against the Republic is going to be active, if you get it day one, that's 20,000 crystals. If you hit that top tier, which that's so good, man. 20k crystals, that's more than
That's
a
a lot
vault,
of crystals.
bro.
That's a bunch of friggin' crystals.
That's a whole bunch of crystals. It's just not all at once.
It'll be some nice replenishment.
Hell yeah, it will.
You know,
It'll be 100% worthwhile.
Have been fucking depleted.
Yes,
going
yes.
through all this shit.
You might now have credit card debt, but think of all the crystals you're getting.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good time.
Might have credit card debt.
Sorry, Garth, you scared the shit out of me. I have credit card debt. Yar! Give me 1 second. I'll be back in a minute.
Karth, you are still camera off. What's going on, Karth? Fuck you
I'm
at?
stuffing my face.
Oh my god.
I have had no food today, and like the equivalent of like 8 or 10 shots of whiskey in the last like hour.
Okay.
And so
what you mean is you need to stop being a bitch.
We need food. We need food.
We need to absorb the alcohol with the food.
This is going to be the end of my participation in this podcast.
Oh my god, you motherfucker. He's getting nice. Very nice, Manel. I approve wholeheartedly. In the words of CG, stop being poor and get some exercise by whipping out the visa. I mean, it kind of sucks, but you know how it be. Just, I mean, like we've sort of been repeating ad nauseum. Some of the stuff we're okay with. Some of the stuff we can certainly understand, but it would be nice if they had a little bit more of a handout, a little bit more of a something to the player base. I don't want to frame it as a handout. A little bit more of a, let's not be complete dicks to you.
The newer raid is just so like it's not like terrible, but it's not great either because it's coming. Like it would be one thing for them to be like, hey, the last 2 eras worth of marquees are all going to be required for the new raid. It would be one thing if that announcement was coming with the new raid in 3 more months, right? Like people would have time to get Bad Batch up for free, the clones relatively, if you're willing to spend on refreshes, and the pirates relatively, okay, you have the whale to have them day one, but you would have them available, right? Versus what we have right now, which is like, hey, we have a faction that's not even available for the raid yet. And then everything else is whale or fail. It's like, all right, come on. That's a bit nutty.
We like nuts.
That we do.
Get some nuts, everybody. Get some nuts. So yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, guys. I'm genuinely bemused by the choices, but we will find out just how difficult the raid's going to be in a very, very short week. So
yes,
it's going to be a good time.
I believe that our raid is launching on Monday, so we should still be within the range for Battlefield Naboo. So I won't be able to get.
Oh, sorry, you're getting Battle for Naboo on Monday, and then
yes.
So you'll have it by the weekend then.
The raid is launching on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah.
New raid Wednesday. Okay, so yeah, we're launching Battlefront Debut on Monday. So yeah, we won't be able to launch the new raid until Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday or Sunday.
As
It
always,
depends.
fucking rotating.
Yeah.
So we'll at least be able to let some other people be guinea pigs and figure out what's going on with all that. I would kind of like to be able to test out some of the new teams and whatnot right off the bat. But at the same time, I am not opposed to having another week of like the actual Mark III and like having those rewards and whatnot. So just
it's
for
the
guild,
conundrum,
for the
right?
personal, for the everything. Yeah, just personally, I would love to do the new stuff, but let's be smart about this. You know.
Yeah. Anything to say,
Hi,
Smudges?
Smudgy.
Hi, Wolfie.
Nothing to add to the conversation, Smudge? Okay.
You think you know a guy? Good boy,
Seriously,
Smudgy.
rude.
He's a good bear, really. Yeah. I get where you're coming from. Like there is the selfish side is almost like I really want to try the new stuff straight away. But the smart thing is definitely take the big roads while we can. Let everybody else figure out the teams. Selfishly, from a content creator perspective, I would much rather be able to go in immediately and do a bunch of testing and get a load of videos out straight away. But
of course,
obviously,
I love how you say let everyone else figure out all the teams. Like, oh, what are the teams gonna be? New Bad Batch, Tarkin clones.
Yeah, but I mean the modding and the strategy is what I really mean, not just the actual teams.
Basically, the question is can you effectively split the Jedi Vanguard faction into 2 max scoring teams?
Right.
And then how long until we have a pirate team that can score max at a decent relic level? And that's basically it. That's all people care about.
Yeah. Hey, Manel coming out here, gifting a sub over here to Meathead. Thank you so much. And to Sol. Thank you, Manel. You're so kind, dude.
Thank you.
Oh, Smudgy Bear. Yeah. Do we have any Tribe Talks questions? I haven't looked. I have not at this time looked. Do.
Sort of. Yeah, we do.
Okay. Do you want to continue talking, or do you want to do some Tribe Talks questions?
Let's do questions.
Good for whatever.
Smudgy. All right, so Bubba Joe
Smudgy
over here.
Questions.
Smudgy wants dreamies. That's what he wants. Speculation time. What team will be the new Gungans? Auto at max level, Queen Amidala, good with enough mods, and Luminara, an everyman team for the new raid. Who wants to go first? Who would like to go first?
Of the new teams, which ones are going to be? Oh man, I'm hoping that all of them are auto. You know,
yeah. Can all of them just be really easy?
Like, I'm hoping that we get a couple of them that are doing that are on full auto. Especially because like the new Bad Batch, they just like do lots of things and they just like there's stuff. I haven't read through all their kits yet, so I'm still not 100% sure what they do. So I'm really hoping the new Bad Batch is going to be on full auto.
I'm pretty sure the event specials will require you to play manually.
Damn it!
But
God damn it!
It should be a question of like, do you meet XYZ like level, and then you basically just smash buttons until the event ability, press it, and then move along.
Yeah.
Okay.
I personally think that the Mace team should be the equivalent of the Gungans, just because it's Mace. I mean, maybe they're saving that for the new GL Pirate, right? But that feels kind of weird.
It depends on if you try and split it, I guess, right?
True. If you go big balls deeper, full swing, full cock swinging Jedi Vanguard faction with Jocasta Nu and Mace, then I imagine that would be a full auto, but we just don't know yet. We are all guesstimating, and I think the easy accessible option has to be Kelleran Beck, because he's the only accessible option for people that are not whaling. Like, he's been out a year and a half and is part of a desirable farm, and he was in the last raid, so it feels like he's the he's the low-hanging fruit one. He's what I'm working on my free-to-play account, actually. So, and I'm just using easy Jedi Vanguards to go along with him, easy to farm ones that are not necessarily bad. So I'm farming stuff like Ayla and Qui-Gon Jinn and Barriss. I am farming Shaak Ti, but she is a fleet hard node farm, and she requires like 400 Kyrotech, so she's not exactly new player or free-to-play player friendly. But I feel like you'll need Beck at the very least. At the very least.
Very likely, yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, right now, just as a side note, the Luminara team is pretty much full auto with Kit Fisto and everything.
Oh, gotcha.
After they made the after they made the changes to it, you can pretty much full auto that.
Yeah. Like if you want some security, you just gotta throw on some manual targeting to target like the droidicas or the staps.
Yeah.
But if you do that, it is 100% easy, guaranteed full auto. Well, at least I only do it at the R5 tier because fuck taking Lumi higher than that. What kind of idiot would take Lumi beyond R5?
Yeah, who would possibly have Luminara at Relic 9? I mean, that's just crazy.
Fucking weirdos.
Insane.
Yeah, it's fake
Who would
news.
even do such a thing?
Yeah. So anyway, Wolfie, how's your Luminara working out?
Oh, she's doing great. You know, Relic 9. I mean, what?
God damn it, Wolfie!
Damn it!
God damn it, Kay! So, thank you, Bubba Joe, for your question. Next up, we have one from Lalna over here. Do you think CG will opt to tell us who the pirate GL is when they give us the information on the first pirate in the new era as a way to get people interested or invested in the new pirates? Or do you think they'll keep that info for who the GL is till as late as possible? Who wants to go?
I will. The answer is they will give it to us the second they announce the era.
I think so, too. They've been doing that recently.
Yeah.
They have to. They have to. They have to tell us what we're working towards. Otherwise, nobody will invest ahead of time. And they've been pretty clear about that since the conception of eras, is that they will tell us what the era is working towards. And so we know it's a GL. They're going to tell us who the GL is and what goes on from there. They might give us a heads up. They'll probably tell us who the next Conquest character is going to be, because by the time the information comes out, we're only 2 weeks away from base, or 3 weeks away from finding out anyway. So
yeah,
they should know who that is.
This Conquest has flown by, I'll be honest. I don't know about you guys, but this Conquest felt like it was over in a flash. And
to be fair,
too many crystal refreshes, probably.
I wouldn't know. Solely because I don't play Conquest.
Yeah, solely because you outsource your Conquest.
I do.
Wait a minute, Meathead's listening. No, you don't. It's just you go into an out-of-body experience when you do your Conquest, and you turn back, you're like, I don't remember doing this at all.
I autopilot Conquest so hard, it feels like somebody else is doing it for me.
Crazy.
And I pay them for it.
He's just that good.
No. I don't pay anybody to do my Conquest.
Oh.
It just feels like somebody is doing it for me.
It just feels like it. Yeah.
Feels like I happen to buy an extra vault of crystals each month.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. That's what happens as far as I am concerned.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's a good time. No, for me, it's like this is a pretty straightforward Conquest in general, but I blitzed to Sector 4 because of the new DCs this time, new FDCs, and I was like, I need to get stuff. And then I just spent so many days. Like, we had the calendar. Did you guys buy the calendar? I mean, Karth wouldn't remember.
I don't think so, no.
I bought both the calendar and the Ascension bundle.
Yeah. Did you go all the way through the calendar?
Yeah.
No, sorry. Did you go all the way through the Ascension bundle?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That's a lot of energy, bro. It's a lot of energy.
It is.
Farming a lot of crons, bruh.
I farm all the crowns, baby.
Now, it would be a different can of worms if I, like, next Conquest, where I don't need to farm Datacron set, I won't get either pack. Well, like, whenever we're farming a brand new set, I'll get it purely for the sake of I rather front load
the Datacron farm. But like by the time the next Datacron farm comes around in another 2 weeks, I already have like 15 plus level 9s. I have the FDCs max already. So it's like I only need another like maybe like 5 to 7 crons. I don't need to worry about like maxing everything at that junction, so I don't worry about it. But whenever it's a new set, I'll get both just because I want to.
I think I've got like
as I can.
11 level 9s and most of the FDCs. Like my Krennic one is level 13, I think, and so is my Jawa one.
Yeah, basically you pick up the offense and the I don't know what the Jawa's level 13 is, but basically with the Krennic Cron, you just pick up the offense past the level 12, and that's as far as you go.
I plan on maxing out the Jawa one because I want to test it in 5s.
With Jawas, do it.
Yeah, I do. I just think it'll be fun.
It's fun. Stat wise, it's not great, but it's a fun cron. It's gonna be a cron that's gonna be one of those offense only things. Like I used it last. I used it last TW to take out Riva.
That's not a bad show.
Well, okay. It was 100% like an RNG shit show. The fact they didn't happen to kill the Jawa that can revive droids, is what allowed that to succeed, because they got it down to Chief Nebbit and the Jawa that revives, which I believe is Engineer.
I don't.
And that was it.
Idea. Who knows what Jawas do? They put thermals. That's all I know.
I believe it was Engineer. So it was literally like I had gotten down to the point where like I almost lost the match, and then I was able by some miracle to slowly revive the team and Uno reverse it. But it would not be what I would consider. And the only reason really why it worked was because of the Omicron lead on Chief Nebbit. Otherwise, I don't think it would have worked because I needed that full health and protection recovery from the Cron. But you know, it will have some uses. It will beat some things. Teams that attack out of turn a lot.
Geos.
Yeah, but that's the problem. It's like what it beats consistently is not going to be great. Most GLs have a mechanic that makes it really hard to land the thermal detonators, and GLs themselves are immune to that kind of percent health damage. So it's like it can punch up versus some things, but most things you're just gonna be, crying on the way to the bank trying to make this thing work.
Well, it's a total luxury FDC, to be fair, because for one, it's not going to do shit in 3s. Like and do nothing there.
Yeah, the level 3 is the only real reason to pursue the Cron. You might look at maybe up to 11, level 5 or maybe 11 for the additional health on the Cron. But basically, the level 3 is what most people are going after. They are looking specifically at who can I give 60 to 100% turn meter to, and then let the team run wild. A lot of people are thinking Zori Bliss, right? Get Zori, once Zori team gets popping, it starts causing a lot of chaos, and that's kind of where a lot of people are running with that Cron. But outside of that, there's not a ton with that Cron that people need. Most people just need to be invested into the Ray and the Hodocron, and then maybe if you're high enough in Kyber or you want to do be a little bit more annoying in TW, you go for the support level 12 on the Krennic Cron. But that's about it. You're not doing anything too wild and crazy after that.
Yeah. Did you take that Krennic Cron to 15? Were you tempted?
On my main account, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Have you tried it? Because I know you have Krennic Omi, right?
It doesn't do anything.
That's a yes.
It's the Cron has no way of getting in front, and you can't mod in 3v3 enough to get somebody to take the lead and get a TM train rolling, and that's the problem. Like Krennic's level 15 would be great if it didn't slave him to being the leader of the team. If that ability procced without him having to be the leader, it could be a real nuisance.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's just like you're just there for the support level 12. Everything else is kind of ridiculously useless because It's like, oh yeah, getting Stormtrooper to have a free revive is kind of nice.
So
The
what you're
Empire
saying
allies,
is they should have given the level 3 should have been the weakest dark side ally gains 20% turn meter.
well, no, it should have been is like whenever they inflict a debuff, they gain turn meter. Is what it should have been. They Krennic needs a way to TM train, and there are so few dark side teams that TM train besides Imperial Troopers that it's like having Krennic lead do anything viable. It needs a TM loop, and that just does not exist for what this.
I don't even know what his leadership does. Like
Nothing useful.
Empire allies gain
guess is as good as
25%
mine.
crit chance and potency. Debuffed enemies who are critically hit during an Empire ally's turn get ability blocked, which can't be resisted. Empire allies recover 10% protection whenever they score a crit. Yeah, there's no speed
Okay.
at all. It's got some
Unresistible ability block.
Yeah, and with the DC, that's going to lock in ability blocks, right? Is that right? I think that's the thing. As in, they become permanent for the rest of the encounter, which is fun, but it doesn't matter if you can't take a turn.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is that the team doesn't have any way to get out in front and start the oppressive mechanics of his kit, and that's the problem. Is like it's like yeah, it's cool, but like CLS runs over me because I'll never get a turn before CLS kills Krennic. Like there's nothing that protects the team. Like if they have the same thing as like the Hodocron where they gain, bonus protection at 90, 70, 50, 30% health, and they have ways to survive until, or they had a way to get in front of everybody, then they would be a team that would be mechanically viable with that cron. But without it, they don't have any way of being oppressive without basically taking Krennic out of the leadership, which is like the whole point of the cron. So like everyone's just going, well, it's level 12 support cron. We take it to level 12. We might go to level 13 purely for the additional 20% offense. And then we call it a day. The last levels are not worth it because most people's investment in Krennic is 0. And beyond that, the cron doesn't do enough to really move a Krennic focused team around. Like I honest to God, sometimes like a CG, I'm like, it's a cool idea, but you basically gave me a cron that is going to go on any support team before it goes back to Krennic.
Yeah. Unfortunately, FDCs are just way too expensive to waste on a team that might do some fun stuff against some tier teams. It's like C team, not C team. You know what I'm saying? It's like
that's the same thing with the Jawas too, right? Like the Jawa cron will 90% of the time you might take it all the way to 14, but 90% of the time it's going to live on any light side team that can use that TM mechanic before it worries about going back to Jawas. Does it have some things that Jawas can do? Sure. Will it be kind of fun? Yeah. But in 5v5, which is the only area that cron works, it's pretty easy to make teams Jawa proof. Like it's not that hard. So it's like, okay, well the cron's going to go live somewhere else because it's not going to do anything versus any team that you're going to most likely see on defense. Maybe in sub Kyber 2, it might have some good times, but I think Kyber 1 and above, that cron's going to be like, hey, look, I use this on Zori because, what are Jawas going to kill? At least Zori can kill so many things with the exposed mechanics, but Jawas, they rely so much on thermals landing. And
I should probably look into maybe getting that Rose Tico on me. Still haven't done that.
I don't even have her Zeta applied.
Yeah, it doesn't need her Ami to be good. It just needs to get them going first. That's the big thing is getting their team going first. So if you can get Finn to be the weakest or Zora to be the weakest, and get the TM rolling from the exposed triggers, then it works out fairly well. But beyond that, it's a
my other issue with my Phoenix team is that my Resistance team is they're all low relics. They're all like Relic 5. So it's like
wail harder, you fuck.
Well, there's something called this new raid coming out, Karth, and it's just eating all my relic shit. You know what I'm saying? Hello, Smudgy.
Hey, listen, solve that problem by wailing harder.
What's your credit card details again, Karth? And the 3 numbers on the back?
1-800 blowies are us.
That sounds like a fun time. Sounds like a fun time.
That sounds like a credit card number.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
My wife
My wife calls that one infrequently.
And there were no complaints.
No.
I mean, maybe for this episode of Tribe
Customer
Talks.
The customer service was excellent.
Customer getting serviced was excellent, yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. Anything you guys want to wrap up here before we call it a day?
No, I don't have anything else. To be honest, I can complain for another hour and a half if you let me, but I don't know if everyone wants to listen to that.
Yeah, not really. Not really. How about you, Wolfie?
No, I think we pretty much hit everything. There's not a whole lot of news right now. We're mostly just waiting to see
Yeah,
what the fuck
next
Nate
Tribe
does with
Talks,
his
we will
sleeves.
have some news.
Yeah.
So.
Next Tribe Talk will be rowdy with the new raid, new mates, new era information, new marquee information. There'll be a lot of things in the next raid.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to be making a lot of videos next week.
Good, you slacker.
You slacker. Yeah, I know, right?
About them videos.
Yeah, I've been so lazy about that recently. I haven't put one out in like 6 hours. But they were shorts, to be fair.
So lazy.
Shorts don't count. Shorts don't count as videos. The last video I put out was like 2 days ago. Jesus. All right, okay. I can see that Nooch is live currently, so I'm going to send you guys over to Nooch. Wolfie, Carthrick, thank you so much for joining us once again for an awesome episode of Tribe Talks. It was the business. It was the tits. It was
Pleasure as always.
the female rancor, one might even say. You know what I'm saying? You have to be the guy.
Massive tits.
Absolutely huge, humongous tits.
Also, deploy the likes. We only got 10 likes on YouTube. Hold on, let me refresh. How many likes do we got? We got 24 likes on YouTube and 60 people watching, 58 people watching. Come on, you can
Help
do
a
better.
brother out. We can do better than that. Let's do that. Come on. Come on, everybody. All right. Peace out, everybody. Big love. Love you all, and see you all tomorrow for JC. Actually, Wolf, are you streaming later?
Yeah, so I'll be live in a couple hours.
Join Wolfie later for GAC. It'll be great.
Woo!
Yeah, good night, guys. Bye. Love you.